Hey, what's happening, world? What's going on? It's Fernando Jackson, aka Farmer Fredo, the Executive Director for Flint River Fresh. So today I'm going to share with you just some basic tips that you need to build your own raised garden box for a community garden or a school garden. I'm all about raised garden boxes, but one thing I tell people to start with that it is, and if I have to look at raised bed versus in-ground garden plot, I'm asking people what type of finances do they have to build the boxes. Raised beds cost a lot more than your in-ground garden plot. A raised garden box can cost you about like $50 to $70 depending upon like the season. So I don't know if you have that sort of budget just for one raised bed, but that's basically what that's going to cost you. And that's the lumber. And then we get most people to get like 1 pound of 3-inch like deck screws to utilize. Of course, you gotta have a drill. You're looking at soil and composting and things like that. That's gonna be like another expenditure. Of course, we're gonna do a whole nother video about that to show you how we make our mixes and things like that, but you have a choice. So either you can do bag product, or you can look at a landscaping company that might sell things like in bulk. You have like a pickup truck that might be a tad bit cheaper. When we do our garden spaces, we buy things in bulk, semi-tractor trailer loads sometimes, so we're able like to scoop in and do more within the community. But there's just one thing about raised beds that's kind of the con aspect of it is like the cost. If you talk about using bag products, you're gonna need between 26 to 40 bags depending upon the size. So that's gonna be another like $80 like in soil material. So already you're talking about $200 just in one raised garden box. And that's why we really encourage it to be connected to like a community initiative, somewhere where you're really about like growing your own food and it being like your way of life, your way of living, because you're gonna make it a huge investment in this raised garden box in your backyard, in your community, or at your school. And you wanna make sure that you know how to plant in it for the maximum growth, get the maximum out of what you put into the garden boxes. All right, so these are just a few things just to keep in mind when you're thinking about starting your own raised bed garden space.